Hey guys, Scott here again. I am making a second video because the first one was kind of useful and it's actually fun to do as it let me get to know the blaster a little better. Well, blaster. My last video was on the Buzz-B Air Warriors Ultra-Tek Snipe. Well, now I've got the Buzz-B Air Warriors Ultra-Tek Sentinel free from Kmart through chicanery and wizardry. So I thought I would make a video because might as well get some use of this bad boy. This is the second of, I believe, 4 guns in their knockoff of the Elite End Strike line of Nerf, which Buzz-B also has now a contract with The Walking Dead, so they're going to start making knockoff zombie guns, which is cool. Clearly, this is supposed to be modeled after the Nerf Slingfire, one of the Zombie Strike lines, with the gimmick of a lever action. So first things first, yes, this is poorly painted black with vinyl dye, but a couple of little rattles. I've got a sling on here, but this one's got a little jangle to it, and that's because this is metal, whereas this is not. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore. This is metal. It won't be as comfortable, but if you're a LARPer and not a like zombies versus humans Nerf gunner, you're not going to be shooting as much. So let's talk about a few things. Slingfire, End Strike, so it's got an attachment rail. Does not have a barrel extender. The Sentinel, no attachment rail, no barrel extender. Not really a big deal because the Slingfire's single attachment rail, unless you're adding some like cosmetic things, there's only really one use for these, and that is a light, which this is the Nerf Spy light attachment. It is pretty awesome. It's red. Problem being, when you put it on here, it won't lock in. So if you're like me, you'll have lost this once and been lucky to find it. So the rail here is functionally useless. That one also has a sling attachment point. This one does not, but you could easily just throw a zip tie on there and you'd be fine. Let's talk about performance, which is, if you follow the Nerf stuff like a nerd, you'll know that this one has better performance, as did the Snipe. The Snipe was pretty hardcore, but this follows the same pattern performance-wise of completely interchangeable with Nerf. So that is a standard End Strike clipazine, loaded with a mix of Elite darts and these bad boys. These are the Buzz-B long distance darts, which they look pretty much the same as all the other Buzz-Bs, but here's a standard cheapo Buzz-B round, which are awesome for revolvers of all types. This one is slightly longer, has a more narrow head, and is a better foam construction. So if you compare these to one of these classic blue Elites, they are exactly the same length, and I might even have a sucker dart in here. They work in all Nerf guns. So here you have the very clear Hong Kong ripoff, which is good for us, because this retails at, I believe, 17 or 18 in some stores. On Kmart's online special it was 13. If you're a Kmart member, which you would only be for free points, and you have enough of them, you can get it for free. I did a pickup and got it. So the Buzz-B 8-round clipazine, also intermixed, works for me. I'm not going to shoot them all because then I have to pick them all up. But one thing you might have noticed as you saw me cranking this bad boy is that it's not super comfortable to do it this way. And a LARP like Occam's Razor, I'm only going to fire a couple of shots every few minutes, a few times a weekend, so it's not that big a deal. But if you were to spend the weekend doing it, this would be more comfortable. Yes, it's got a nice, ergonomic grip. However, there's some mechanical flaws here. This gun allows you to have a few points of stop off, and when you crank it, you have to crank it an extra little bit, which allows you to half prime and can easily jam the shit out of your weapon. This has a nice jam door to accommodate that, but because of the crank motion and the plungers involved and all that good stuff, you can really mess up one of these guns, as I did after one weekend of use of my original Slingfire. It bent a dart completely in half and had to be taken apart and join the meltdown trash heap. This one, there is no halfway measure. There is no little extra push. If you're cranking it, you're cranking it, so you don't have to worry about that. This is not a jam door, it's just some extra piece of detailed plastic. But you don't need one because it's not going to jam on you. All in all, for LARP purposes, if you are wanting to rock a old style Remington or Winchester lever action, this is pretty good. I bet you could even probably mold a handle around this so you could make it an easier grip. It's not that bad to put your hand in there or to just grip from the bottom. Performance-wise, these are knocking it out of the park. They are stronger just because they have better internals than the Nerf branch of toys. There are some famous Nerfers that have done some reviews of this and were blown away because they were shooting long distance and were able to get these 70 feet that these things advertise, whereas unmodded Nerf guns do not get that kind of performance. And then we don't mod our guns in many of the LARPs I play, so it's not really that big a deal. So if you are looking for performance or just want to feel cool and cowboyish, the Buzzbee Air Warriors Ultra-Tek Snipe. Oh, not Snipe. This is the Sentinel. The Snipe's also good if you want to feel cool. They are cheap, they are nice replacements for Nerf, and they will get the job done. Thanks.